Hello friends and my dear students, I welcome you all to my channel. This is part 10 video on the chapter of profit and loss where I will solve the objective questions which are multiple choice questions of exercise 10D from the textbook of author RS Aggarwal on this chapter profit and loss. If you have not watched the previous 9 videos, part 1 to part 9, where I have discussed thoroughly all the theoretical concepts of profit and loss and also solved the exercise problems 10A, B, C, then I highly suggest and request that you also watch those videos to maintain your continuity on the study of this chapter. So this video is part of the playlist CBSE Maths for Class 8 following the textbook of author RS Aggarwal. If you are new to my channel or not yet subscribed, and if you are watching my videos regularly and my videos are beneficial to you, then I strongly request and suggest that you please support me by subscribing to my channel. And also please do not forget to press the bell icon so that you will be notified by my future videos. So let's get started in solving the objective questions of exercise 10D from the chapter of profit and loss. Okay, so I have the problems on the left hand side. I hope the fonts are big enough so that you can read the problems properly. This is MCQ questions from exercise 10D on the chapter of profit and loss. But I'm sorry, I have some. I think I can see on the right hand side in the canvas I have some old stuff written. So let me quickly. I forgot to set up profit and loss. This should be part 10. This is part 10, and I have to delete all this stuff. Okay, so let's start solving the problems. How many questions are there? There are, this is section. Okay, how many questions are there? Okay, uh, 21 questions are there. Ideally, you should be able to solve this, complete these questions in an hour. That is roughly taking 3 minutes to solve a question. But I may take more than 1 hour because I have to also discuss the problem. Let me quickly check if everything is visible or not. Okay. Rajan buys a toy for rupees 75 and sells it for rupees 100. His gain percentage. Okay, so this is a pretty straightforward question. So we have the cost price. So we can see that uh, there is a, oh, okay, so selling price is given to be rupees 100, and the cost price is given to be rupees 75. So we can see that gain, as we can see that the selling price is greater than cost price, definitely there is a gain. So the total amount of gain is selling price minus cost price. This is equal to rupees 100 minus rupees 75. This is rupees 25. Now it has asked what is the gain percent. Now always remember that we know that gain percent or loss percent is always based on the cost price. So gain percent is gain divided by cost price and multiplied by 100, this much percentage. So we have gain is 25, cost price is 100. No, sorry, cost price is 75. Cost price is 75 and multiplied by 100, this much percentage. This is equal to 25 divided 75 with 3, and my machine has already starting to work very slow. I don't know what will be the experience, but anyway, this is 100 by 3 percentage Now 100 by 3, whenever you have a percentage as an improper fraction, always convert it in a mixed fraction. So 100 by 3 is 33 1 by 3%. So the answer is, the gain percent is 33 and 1 by 3%. So the correct choice is C. C is the correct choice. So after solving a problem, I will pause for a few seconds so that you can take a screenshot of the solution if you think it will help you as a future reference. Okay. So let's do problem number 2. A bat is bought for rupees 120 and sold for rupees 105. The loss percent is, okay. So selling price is given to be rupees 105 and cost price is given to be a bat is bought, means the cost price is rupees 120, and we can see that uh, SP 105 is less than a cost price. So there is a, this implies whenever the selling price is less than the cost price, obviously there is a loss. There is a loss. So this implies the loss will be equal to a cost price minus selling price. This is equal to rupees 120 minus rupees 105. This is equal to rupees 15. Rupees 15 is the loss. So we have to find the loss percent. So again, as we know, loss percent is based on cost price. So basically, loss percent is what percentage is loss of cost price, and we know it is loss by cost price multiplied by 100, this much percentage. Now loss is 15 and cost price is 120, and we have multiplied by 100, this much percentage. This is equal to, after simplification, 3 5 3 4 and then 2 2 2 5. So this is equal to 25 by 2 percentage, which is equal to 12.5 percentage. So the loss percentage is 12.5 percentage, and hence the correct choice is B. B is the correct choice. Okay, let's do problem number 3. A bookseller sells a book for rupees 100, gaining rupees 20. His gain percent is. So it is given that a bookseller sells a book for rupees 100, means the selling price is given to be rupees 100, and it is also given the gaining rupees 20, means the total gain is rupees 20. Now it has asked the gain percent. Now for gain percent, we need the cost price. So we know the gain and we know the selling price. So the cost price has to be the selling price minus the gain. Selling price minus gain, which is equal to rupees 100 minus rupees 20, which is equal to rupees 80. So this is the cost price. Now we can say that the gain percent will be equal to the total gain divided by the cost price multiplied by 100, this much percentage. Gain is rupees 80, so 80, cost price is rupees no, gain is 20, sorry. Gain is given to be 20 and the cost price we have found to be 80 and multiplied by 100, this much percentage. After simplification, it becomes 4245 and then 225, so 25 So the gain percent is 25, and hence the correct choice is B. B is the correct choice. Okay, let's do question number 4. On selling an article for rupees 48, a shopkeeper loses 20%. In order to gain 20%, what would be the selling price? What would be the selling price? Okay, so it is given that when we have the selling price, when selling price is equal to uh, rupees 48, there is a loss percent is there is a loss, and the loss percent is given to be 20%. Now from these two data, that we have the selling price and we have the loss percent, we can easily calculate the cost price. We can easily calculate the cost price if we assume the cost price to be X, and the selling price will be X 20% less than X. From there we can calculate the cost price. Now once we know the cost price, see, the cost price never changes, the selling price can change. Once we know the cost price, then in order to gain 20%, we can easily find the new selling price. Okay, now let cost price be rupees X. This implies that selling price is equal to, since there is a loss of X%, there is a loss of 20%, we can say the selling price has to be 20% less than X, because we have assumed the cost price to be X. This is equal to 100 minus 20% less, means 100 minus 20% of X. This is equal to 80% of X. This is equal to, if is 80 by 100, 80% means 80 by 100 multiplied by X, and this after simplification becomes 4X by 5. Okay, now selling price is given that rupees 48. So we can say that 4X by 5 is equal to 48. This implies X is equal to 48 multiplied by 5 divided by 4. This is equal to 60. So the cost price is rupees 60. Now it is asking what will be the selling price if it has to gain 20%. So for gain of 20%, for gain of 20%, the selling price has to be equal to 20% more than CP, more than CP, and CP we have already calculated to be rupees 60, more than CP. CP is more than CP, which is X, and the value of X we have already found to be rupees 60. So this is equal to 20% more, means 100 plus 20 percent of rupees 60. This is equal to 120%. 120% of rupees 60. This is equal to rupees 120% means 120 divided by 100 and multiplied by 60. After simplification, this becomes two zeros cancels out and we have 72. So the selling price has to be rupees 72 to make a gain of 20%. So the correct choice will be D. I have to write very slowly, because if I try to write fast, the machine will hang. So the machine is working very slow. So I'm really sorry. It will. I think it will take a lot of time. This video will be of very long duration. because I have to write very slowly. Okay, let's solve question number 5. Question number 5 says, on selling an article at a certain price, a man gains 10%. Okay, on selling the same article at double the price, gain percent is. Okay, on selling the same article at double the price, uh, the gain percent is. Now, please note that in this kind of problem, there is no information of the amount of the amount of SP or CP. Nothing is told about the SP and CP. Only the gain percent is given. In the first case, when the man sells an article, there is a gain of 10%. Now, from this, if you are told that there is only a gain of 10%, you can only have a relation between SP and CP. That is, you can have the ratio between CP and SP. Remember that CP will always remain the same. The SP can change. Now, from the first information, you can get the SP based on the CP, and on the second information, that is on selling the same article, double the price, gain percentage. So the scenario is that, consider, I'm trying to visually explain. So the CP will always be remain the same. So in the first case, let's say this is the CP and there is a gain of 10%. There is a gain of 10%, and let's say I'm considering in the first case. Okay, so the selling price is SP. So whatever the SP is, we don't know what, and whatever the CP is, we don't know. The gain, there is a gain of 10%. So we can say, let's say the CP is X. I'm ignoring the unit of the currency. Let it be X. Now this implies when there is a loss of gain. There is a gain of 10%. We can say SP will be equal to 10% more, 10% more than X, which is the CP. This is equal to 100 plus 10 percent of X, which is equal to 110 divided by 100 multiplied by X. This is equal to 11X by 10. This is the SP when there is a gain of 10%. Where X is the cost price. X will never change. Now it is saying that on selling the same article at double the price, the next scenario is the CP is the same. The SP becomes twice. The SP becomes twice SP of the previous one, and the previous SP was let's call it SP. The previous SP was this will be 2 times the previous SP, which was 11X by 10. On selling the same article at double the price, gain percentage. So we have to find the gain percent. In this transaction, that is the cost price remains the same X, and the SP has become the 2 times the previous SP, and the previous SP was 11X by 10. So now the current SP is 2 times 11X by 10. So let's say the in this transaction the gain percent is Y%. Now you can assume the gain percent as a variable, unknown variable, and solve Y, or you can also directly solve the gain percent, find the gain percent from SP and CP. So this implies we can say the gain will be equal to SP minus CP. What is XP? This 2 times 11x by 10 becomes 11x by 5. So we have SP, that is the current SP is 11x by 5, and the cost price is X. We know uh, this is the uh, this is the gain when the selling price is 2 times the previous one, and this is 6x by 5. This implies the gain percent is gain divided by the cost price multiplied by 100, this much percentage. Gain is 6x by 5, the cost price is x, and we have multiplied by 100, this much percentage. This is equal to 6x multiplied by 100 divided by 5 into x, this much percentage. X cancels out, 5 divides 100 with 20, and we have 120. 120 percentage is the gain percentage. So the correct choice is C. C is the correct choice. Okay, let's do problem number 6. On selling bananas are bought at 3 for rupees 2 and sold at 2 for rupees 3. The gain percent is. Now always remember that the gain percent, the gain or loss, or even gain percent and loss percent are always computed based on the cost price and selling price of equal number of articles. Equal number of articles. It could be one article, it could be 10 articles, 20 articles, but the number of articles in the number of articles should be same for the selling price and cost price in order to find the gain or loss, or gain percent or loss percent. Uh, but one more important thing is that if you have to find the absolute value of gain, that is the total gain amount or the loss amount, then the actual number of articles will matter. You have to be very careful in identifying the actual number of articles. On the other hand, if you have to find the gain percent or the loss percent, then the actual number of articles involved in the selling price or cost price is not that important. You can even consider one article or two articles. The gain percent or the loss percent will remain the same. This is a very important concept you must keep in mind. Okay, so now this is it is saying that bananas are bought at 3 for 4 rupees 2. So I have to find the cost price and the to find the gain. Ultimately, I have to find the gain percent. So I have to find the gain. Now I have to find the gain based on the equal number of bananas regarding cost price and selling price. And the cost price and selling price are given as, the cost price is given as at 3 bananas cost rupees 2, and the selling price is given as 2 bananas were sold for rupees 3. So let's consider the cost price and selling price of one banana. Okay, so cost price of one banana will be equal to rupees 2 divided by 3, because 3 bananas cost rupees 2, so one banana will cost rupees 2 by 3. Okay, similarly, selling price of one banana is rupees 3 by 2, that is 2 bananas were sold for rupees 3, so one banana will be sold for rupees 3 by 2. Okay, so this implies, now we can see that 3 by 2 is definitely greater than, this is greater than rupees 2 by 3. So we can say that there is a gain of rupees 3 by 2 minus rupees 2 by 3. This gain is based on one banana. Okay, so this is equal to rupees, if you simplify, 3 by 2 minus 2 by 3, it is 9 minus 4 by 6. This is equal to rupees 5 by 6. Okay, so this is the gain on one banana. So it has asked the gain percent. Therefore, gain percent will be equal to gain, that is the gain on one banana, divided by the cost price of one banana multiplied by 100. This is equal to the gain on one banana we have found to be 5 by 6, and the cost price of one banana is 2 by 3, and we have multiplied by 100 this much percentage. This after simplification is 5 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 100 divided by 6 into 2, this much percentage. This is equal to 3 divides 6 with 2 and 4 divides with 25. So this is 125. 125 is the gain percent. So the answer is choice D. D is the correct choice. Let's do problem number 7. If the selling price of 10 pence is the same as the cost price of 12 pence, then gain percent is. It is a kind of similar problem to problem number 6, but given in a different way. So the selling price, it is given that the selling price of 10 pence is equal to the cost price of 12 pence. Okay. Then the gain percent. So let's try to assume the cost price of 1 pen. If we assume cost price of 1 pen, we can easily find the selling price of 1 pen, and from that we can calculate the gain percent based on 1 pen. As I said, the gain percent or loss percent does not depend on the actual number of articles, but the number of articles considered has to be equal for cost price and selling price. Let me have some water. Okay, so question number 7. Okay, so let cost price CP of 1 pen be X. This implies cost price of 12 pence will be 12x. So this implies it is given that the selling price of 10 pence is the same as cost price of 12 pence. So this implies selling price of 10 pence will be equal to 12x. So this implies selling price of 1 pen is equal to 12x by 10, which is after simplification 6x by 5. Now, so the selling price of 1 pen is 6x by 5, the cost price of 1 pen is x, which is our assumption, and we can clearly see that the selling price of 1 pen is greater than the cost price of 1 pen, as 6x by 5 is greater than x, because the fraction 6 by 5 is greater than 1. Okay, so gain of 1 pen, gain for 1 pen is equal to 6x by 5 minus x. This is equal to x by 5. This implies gain percent will be equal to gain divided by cost price, that is gain for 1 pen divided by cost price for 1 pen multiplied by 100. this whole percentage. This is equal to, gain is x by 5 and cost price is x multiplied by 100, this much percentage. This is equal to x multiplied by 100 divided by x multiplied by 5, this much percentage. This is equal to 20 percentage. This is equal to 20 percentage, and hence the correct choice will be C. There is a load shedding, friends. I need to switch off some powers, some devices. Okay, so let's do problem number 8. On selling 100 pencils, a man gains the selling price of 20 pencils. His gain percentage. On selling 100 pencils, a man gains the selling price of 20 pencils. Okay, so let selling price of one pencil be x. This implies selling price of 100 pencils is equal to 100x. So this is the total selling price. Now it is also given that a man gains the selling price of 20 pencils. A man gains the selling price of 20 pencils. Remember, it has asked the gain percent. Gain or loss percent is always based on the cost price. Now, this implies, we can say it is given that the man gains the selling price of 20 pencils. That is, the total gain is the cost of this, the selling price is equal to the selling price of 20 pencils. So we can say gain is equal to 20x, because we have assumed the selling price of one pencil to be x. So the gain is 20x. This implies cost price is equal to selling, when there is a gain, cost price is equal to selling price minus gain. This is equal to cost price, the selling price, total selling price is 100x minus the gain is 20x. This is equal to 80x. So we know the gain is 20x, the cost price is 80x. These are all based on 100 pence, and so we can say the gain percent is equal to gain divided by cost price multiplied by 100, this much percentage, and this is equal to gain is 20x, cost price is 80x multiplied by 100, this much percentage. X cancels out, 0 cancels out, 2 divides 8 with 4, 4 divides 100 with 25. So this is 25 percentage. So there is a gain, the gain percentage is 25, and hence the correct choice is B. B is the correct choice. Question number 9. Ravi buys some toffees at 5 for a rupee and sells them at 2 for a rupee. His gain percentage. This is exactly the same problem like problem number 6. So we can say that cost price of one toffee will be equal to 1 by 5, because it is given that 5 Ravi buys some toffees at 5 for rupee. That is, 5 toffees were bought for a rupee. So that is the cost price of 5 toffees is 1 rupee. So the cost price of one toffee will be 1 by 5 rupee. Similarly, we can say the selling price of one toffee will be equal to uh, 1 rupee 1 by 2, because 2 toffees were sold for a rupee. Okay, so we are trying to find the cost price and selling price of one toffee, and based on that we will find the gain and then gain percent. Now we can see that we know that half is greater than 1 by uh, rupees rupees half is greater than rupees 1 by 5, because you know that uh, um, half is greater than the fraction half, or the rational number half is greater than 1 by 5, because the numerators are same and the denominators are different, and so in a fraction or a rational number, the number with a lesser denominator is always greater. Okay, so this implies that the gain is equal to SP minus CP, which is equal to rupees half minus rupees 1 by 5, which is equal to rupees half minus 1 by 5, which is equal to rupees 3 by 10. This is the gain. Therefore, we can say the gain percent is equal to gain divided by cost price multiplied by 100. Now remember, the gain, cost price and selling price are all based on one toffee. Based on one toffee, but it does not matter what is the number of articles involved in finding the gain or loss percent, as long as it could be 1, it could be 2, it could be 3, any number of articles. The actual number of articles does not matter in finding the gain percent or the loss percent, but the number of articles should be same in finding the cost price and the selling price. So this is equal to, what is gain? Gain is 3 by 10. And what is cost price? Cost price is 1 by 5 multiplied by 100. This percentage, this is equal to 3 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 100 divided by 10. So this is equal to 150 percentage. Three multiplied by 5 multiplied by 100 by 10. Okay. So the correct choice is D. D is the correct choice. Okay, let's do problem number 10. Oranges are bought at 5 for rupees 10 and sold at 6 for 15. His gain percent is. It is same as the question number 9. Okay, so cost price of one orange is equal to, oranges were bought at 5 oranges were bought at for rupees 10. So the cost price of one orange will be rupees 10 by 5, which is equal to rupees 2. Similarly, selling price of one orange will be equal to 6 oranges were sold for rupees 15. So rupees 15 divided by 6, this is equal to rupees 5 by 2. Now 5 by 2 is definitely greater than rupees 2. So this implies the gain, selling price is greater than cost price. So gain is selling price minus cost price. This is equal to rupees 5 by 2 minus rupees 2. This is equal to rupees 5 by 2 minus 2. This is equal to rupees 1 by 2. So this is the gain. So this implies gain percent will be equal to gain divided by CP multiplied by 100, this much percentage. This is equal to gain is half, CP is 2, this multiplied by 100, this much percentage. This is equal to 1 multiplied by 100 divided by 2 multiplied by 2, this much percentage cancels with 25. So this is equal to 25 percentage. The gain percent is 25, and hence the correct choice is D. D is the correct choice. Let's do problem number 11. By selling a radio for rupees 950, a man loses 5%. What percent shall he gain by selling it for rupees 1040? Okay. So we have the cost price by selling a radio for rupees 950. So we have a cost price, we have a selling price, and there is a 5% loss. 5% loss. Selling price is given to be rupees 950, and we do not know the cost price. Now from this information, excuse me friend, I will power has come, so I have switched on the fan. Okay. So the selling price is rupees 950, and there is a loss of 5%. From here we can easily calculate the cost price, and once the cost price is known, it is asking by what percent shall he gain by selling it for rupees 1040. Okay. Uh, so if we consider the cost price to be x, rupees x, we can say that rupees 950, that is the selling price, has to be equal to, since there is a 5% loss, we can say 5% less than the cost price, that is rupees x. 5% less means 100 minus 5% of rupees x. This is equal to 95% of rupees x. This is equal to rupees 95% means 95 divided by 100 multiplied by x. Okay. Now this implies we can say 95 multiplied by x divided by 100 should be equal to 950. So this implies x is equal to 950 multiplied by 100 divided by 95. So this is 10. This is equal to rupees 1000. So the cost price is rupees 1000. Now it is saying that if the selling price is rupees 1040, so when selling price is equal to 1040, we can see that the selling price 1040 is greater than the cost price 1000. So there will be a gain is equal to rupees 1040 minus rupees 1000, which is the cost price. This is equal to rupees 40. Therefore, gain percent is equal to gain divided by cost price, gain divided by cost price multiplied by 100, this much percentage. This is equal to 40 is the gain. Cost price is 1000 and we have multiplied by 100 this much percentage. So 1000 cancels out. So this is equal to 4%. So there will be a gain percent of 4%. And hence the correct choice is A. Okay, let's do question number 12. The selling price of an article is 6 by fifth of the cost price. The gain percentage. The gain percentage. Now, as I said in the very beginning, that the gain percent, if you know, if you have a relation between, or if you know the ratio between selling price and cost price, you can always calculate the gain percent or loss percent. Because in that case the gain or loss will be, you can find in terms of either selling price or cost price. It's better to find the gain or the loss in terms of the cost price, and once you have a gain and loss in terms of cost price, you can easily find the gain or loss percent, which is based on the cost price. Okay, so it is given that the selling price of an article is 6/5 of the cost price. We have this. Now, so this implies that the selling price is 6 by 5th of the cost price. Now, 6 by 5th cost price is definitely greater than CP, as because 6 by 5 is greater than 1. This implies gain is equal to, we know that gain is SP minus CP. What is SP? SP is 6 by 5 CP minus CP, which is equal to CP multiplied by 6 by 5 minus 1, which is equal to CP multiplied by 1 by 5. Basically, this is CP by 5. Okay. So we know gain in terms of CP. So we have to find gain percentage. So gain percentage will be equal to gain divided by CP multiplied by 100, this much percentage. Gain we know is CP by 5, and we have divided by CP multiplied by 100, this much percentage. This is equal to CP multiplied by 100 divided by 5 multiplied by CP, this much percentage. CP cancels out, 5 divides 100 with 20. So this is equal to 20 percentage. So there is a gain percent of 20 percentage, and hence the correct answer is A. The correct choice is A. Let's do question number 13. On selling a chair for rupees 720, a man loses 25%. To gain 25%, it must be sold for. To gain 25%, it must be sold for. Okay, so first we have to find the cost price, because if we know the selling price and if we know the loss percent, we can obviously find the cost price. So the scenario is cost price. We are having 25% loss, and we have the selling price, which is given to be rupees 720. Let the cost price be rupees X. Let the cost price be rupees X. So this implies that the selling price, which is 720, must be equal to, since there is a 25% loss, the selling price has to be 25% less than the cost price. So 25% less than rupees X. 25% less means 100 minus 25% of rupees X. This is equal to rupees 100 minus 25 is 75% of X, which is equal to rupees 75 by 100 multiplied by X. Now, after simplifying 75 by 100, it becomes 3x by 4. 3x by 4. So we have, from here we can say that 3x by 4 is equal to 720. So this implies x is equal to 720 multiplied by 4 divided by 3. 3 divides 720 with 240. 240 multiplied by 4 is 960. So the cost price is rupees 960. And what is the question? To gain 25%, it must be sold for. So we have to find the selling price so that it will gain 25%. Okay. So the cost price we know is that rupees 960. Now we can say to gain 25%, to gain 25%, selling price has to be equal to 25% more than the cost price, which is equal to X and which is equal to 960. 25% more means 100 plus 25% of CP is X, which is equal to rupees 960. This is equal to 125% of rupees 960, which is equal to rupees 125 divided by 100 multiplied by 960. This after simplification 960. No, 960 is 4 divides 100 with 25. 4 divides 960 with 240, and 25 divides 125 with 5. So this is 0, 20, 12. 1200. So the selling price has to be 1200 so that it makes a gain of 25%. So the correct choice is B. B is the correct choice. Okay, let's do problem number 14. The ratio of cost price and selling price of an article is 20:21. What is the gain? What is the gain percent on it? Okay, so it is given that selling price, the ratio of selling price, the ratio of cost price and the selling price is given to be 20:21. So this implies that CP by SP is equal to 20 by 21. This will imply we have to find SP in terms of CP, and then we will find the gain or loss. We will find the gain. So from here, let's find what is SP in terms of CP. So SP will be 21 by 20 CP. Okay, this implies, and we can see that 21 by 20 CP is obviously greater than CP because 21 by 20 is greater than 1. So this implies gain is equal to, we know, SP minus CP, and SP we know is 21 by 20 CP. So this becomes equal to CP multiplied by 21 by 20 minus 1, which is equal to CP multiplied, which is equal to CP by 20. So the gain is CP by 20. This implies gain percent we know is equal to gain divided by CP multiplied by 100, this much percentage, and gain we know is CP by 20, and we have divided by CP multiplied by 100, this much percentage. This is equal to CP multiplied by 100 divided by 20 multiplied by CP, this much percentage. This is equal to CP cancels out, 20 divides 100 with 5. So it is a gain of 5%, and hence the correct choice is A. Let's do question number 15. A man sold two chairs for rupees 500 each. On one he gains 20%, and on the other he loses 12%. His net gain or loss percentage. So the gain percent and the loss percent is given individually for the two chairs, but the selling price for each of the two chairs is same, which is 500. So it is given that selling price of, let's say, the selling price of first chair is equal to rupees 500. Selling price of first chair is rupees 100. The gain is gain percent is equal to 20%. So if so from here we can find the cost price of the first chair, that is the chair on which the man gained 20%. So let cost price of first chair be rupees X. This implies, since there was the man gained 20% on the first chair, we can say that, and it was sold for rupees 500, we can say that rupees 500 should be equal to 20% more, 20% more than rupees X. 20% more means 100 plus 20% of rupees X. This is equal to 120% of rupees X, which is equal to rupees 120 divided by 100 multiplied by X. So from here we can say that 120 divided by 100 multiplied by X is equal to 500. From here we can calculate, we can find X to be 500 multiplied by 100 divided by 120. So 2, 6, 2, 5, 2, 3, 2, 50. So this is equal to 1, 2, 5, 0 by 3. Okay, so this is the X is the cost price of the first chair on which the man gained 20%. Now let's consider find the cost price of the other chair on which the man lost 12%. So selling price of second chair is also equal to rupees 500 as it is given both the chairs were sold for rupees 500 each, and there was a loss percent is equal to uh, and on the other he loses 12%. 12%. So if we consider, let CP of second chair be rupees X. This implies that uh, rupees 500 will be equal to 12% less than rupees X. 12% less means 100 minus 12% of rupees X. This is equal to 88% of rupees X, and this is equal to rupees 88 by 100 multiplied by X. This implies we can say that 88 by 100 multiplied by X is equal to 500. This implies X is equal to this X is, please do not confuse this X with the earlier X. The earlier X was the cost price of the first chair, and this X we have assumed to be the cost price of the second chair. So this X will be equal to 500 multiplied by 100 divided by 88. So 422, 425 less. This is equal to 11 and 250. This is equal to 6250 by 11. So the cost price of the second chair is 6250 by 11, and the cost of the first chair was rupees 1250 by 3. So we can now find the total cost price of the two chairs, and uh, we also know the total selling price of the two chairs is obviously 500 plus 500, which is 1000. So this implies total CP of two chairs is equal to rupees 1250 divided by 3 plus rupees 6250 divided by 11. And on the other hand, he loses 12%. Okay. 12% loss means 12% less than rupees X. So 100 minus 12% of rupees X, which is 88% of rupees X, which is equal to 88 by 100 multiplied by X. So 22, 25 to 11 to 50. Okay. Now this is equal to uh, now let's in simplifying this sum, I think we can take 25, not 25. We can take 1250 as common, uh, and we have 1 by 3 plus 5 by 11 plus, okay, this is equal to rupees 1250 multiplied by 1 by 3 plus 5 by 11 is 11 plus 5, 16 by 33. 16 by 33. This is the total cost price of two chairs. We also know that total SP, total SP of two chairs, total SP of two chairs is rupees 500 multiplied by 2, which is equal to rupees 1000. Okay, so we have this. Now we can see that what the total SP is 1000, and the total cost price was 1250 multiplied by 16 divided by 33. We have to find this. What will be 1250 multiplied by 16 divided by 33? Uh, what is 125 multiplied by 16? 30. 5 to 1. This is 0, 0, 0, 2. To 20,000, 2000 by 33. So this is equal to rupees 2000 by 1250, 20,000 by 33. 20,000 by 33. So what is 20,000 by 33? Uh, let's divide 200 with by 33. So we have 6. We have 2. Then point 0, 0, 0, 0, 198, 2, 6 point, 6.06, 6.06. Uh, So this will be the total cost price of two chairs is rupees 20,000 divided by 33, which will be approximately uh, 606 606.06, and the selling price is rupees 1,000. So we can say the gain is equal to, uh, I'm not sure why I'm getting such a weird value of the total cost price of two chairs, 606.06. Now let me check once again if if I have done any mistake or not. For the first chair, he gains 20%. So if the cost price is rupees X, then rupees 500, the selling price, both the chairs are sold for rupees 500. So the selling price of each chair is 500. So we must have rupees 500 is equal to 20%. Since there is a gain of 20%, 20% more than rupees X. 20% more means 100 plus 20% of rupees X, which is equal to 120% of rupees X, which is equal to uh, which is equal to okay, 120 by 100 into rupees X, or this is actually equal to, after simplification, 6x by 5, 6x by 5. So we must have uh, okay, it is fine. 120 by 100 into x is equal to 500. X is equal to 500 multiplied by 100 divided by 120. Let's see if I, so we have rupees 6x by 5. Uh, this implies 6x by 5 is equal to 500. So this implies x is equal to 500 multiplied by 5 divided by 6. 566 by 5, which is equal to 2500 divided by 6, which is 1250 by 3. So 1250 rupees 1250 divided by 3 is the cost price of the first chair. Now for the second chair, there is a loss of 12%. So if we consider the second chair, the cost price of second chair be rupees X, we have rupees 500, which is the selling price of the second chair, should be equal to 12% less than rupees X. 12% less means 100 minus 12% of rupees X. 100 minus 12 is 88. So 88% of rupees X is equal to 88 by 100 multiplied by X. So we must have 88 by 100 multiplied by X is equal to 500. Now this is actually equal to uh, uh, rupees 22x by 25. Okay, so let's see what this comes. The previous calculation was same. I'm just doing a little bit of simplification to see if there is any silly mistake or not. So we must have 22x by 25 is equal to 500. So this implies x will be equal to 500 multiplied by 25 divided by 22. This is equal to 250 multiplied by 25 divided by 11. This is equal to 25 multiplied by 25 is 625, 625 and 10 divided by 11. Yeah, it is fine. So we have the previous cost price. The cost price of first chair is 1250 by 3. So the total cost price now becomes the sum of the cost price of the two chairs, which is equal to 1250 by 3 plus 6250 by 11. And if we take 1250 as common, we get 1250 multiplied by 1 by 3 plus 5 by 11. Okay. So we have 1250 multiplied by 33, 11. Uh, uh, 1 by 3 plus 5 by 11, I think I have done wrong calculation. It will be 11 plus 15, 26. So this will be 26. This is 26. This is 26. So I have to calculate uh, so this becomes 125 multiplied by 26. I have to find 125. So what is 125 multiplied by 26? 30, 15, 7, 10, 5, 2, 0, 5, 12, 3, 3250. So this is 3250. This is 3250 divided by 33. 3250 divided by 33. So if you divide 3250 divided by 33. So gain will be, now what is we have to see what is 3250 divided by 33. Now will it be it will be less than 3250. 125 multiplied by 26 is 3250. So this will be 32500. Now definitely we can see that let me clear some calculation. Okay, so we have this. This is equal to rupees 3250 divided by 33. We know that the selling price of the two chair is 500 plus 500 equals to 1000, and the cost price of the two chairs is coming out to be 3250 divided by 33. Now this will be obviously less than 1000. This will be less than 1000. So this implies the loss is equal to the cost price minus selling price, which is equal to 3250 22,500 divided by 33 minus the selling price of the two chairs is 1000. The cost price is less than 1000, so definitely the cost price is less than the cost price of the two chairs is 32500 divided by 33, which is less than 1000. So definitely there is a gain. There is a gain of there is a gain because the selling price of the two chairs is 1000. So the gain is rupees 1000 minus rupees 32500 by 33. This is equal to rupees 33000 minus 32500 divided by 33. This is equal to rupees 005 rupees 500 by 33. So the gain is rupees 500 by 33. Okay. So this implies the gain percent is equal to, now this gain is based on the two chairs. The selling price of the two chairs was rupees 1000, and the cost price of the two chairs is found to be rupees 32500 by 33. So the gain for two chairs is rupees 1000, selling price minus cost price, which is 1000, rupees 1000 minus rupees 32500 divided by 33, which is 500 by 33. So the gain percent will be gain by cost price multiplied by 100, this much percentage. So gain is 500 by 33, and the cost price is 32500 by 33, this multiplied by 100, this much percentage. This is equal to 500 multiplied by 100 divided by 32500, this much percentage. And if we simplify this, 0 cancels out. 5 divides 500 with 100, 5 divides 325 with 65, 5 divides 65 with 13, and 20. So it is coming 20 by 3. It is coming 20 by 13 percentage, gain percentage, which is equal to 1. If there is no, the result is coming as an improper fraction, and in the choices there is no mixed fraction. They are all integers or decimals. So I have to convert the 20 by 13 as a decimal. Let's see, 1.755 65 5 4. It is coming 1.54 percentage. Exactly 1.54 percentage is not there, so I will assume it is 1.5 percentage. So the correct choice is A. A is the correct choice. Okay, let's do problem number 16. Problem number 16. The profit earned on selling an article for rupees 625 is the same as loss on selling it for rupees 435. The cost price of the article is. Okay. So the profit earned on selling an article for rupees 625 is the same. Okay. So let the cost price be. Let the cost price be rupees X. Now, if selling price is rupees 625, gain, the profit earned means the gain is rupees 625 minus X. Okay, now it is saying, so if the cost price remains the same, and it is saying that if the article is sold for rupees 625, there is a profit, and the profit, if we have if we have assumed that the cost price to be rupees X, so the profit earned when it is sold at rupees 625 will be 625 minus X. So this is the profit earned or gain. Now it is, the problem is saying that this gain is equal to the loss if the article is sold for rupees 435. Okay, so if SP is rupees 435, loss will be equal to X. Loss will be equal to rupees X, because we know that when there is a loss, the cost price is greater. So rupees X minus rupees 435, which is equal to rupees X minus 435, and over here this will be rupees 625 minus rupees X, which is equal to rupees 625 minus X. Now it is given that the gain in the first case is equal to the loss in the second case. So we must have 625 minus X is equal to X minus 435. So this is a simple linear equation in X which we have to solve, and we have 2X is equal to 625 minus 435, which is equal to 0, 9, 1. This implies X is equal to 190 divided by 2, which is equal to 95. So the cost price is rupees 95. What is the cost price of the article? So, and we are having a very weird answer, because I did a mistake in over here in solving the equation. I did a mistake. This will be 625 plus 435. 625 plus 435 is 0, then 1060, and therefore X will be equal to 1060 divided by 2, which is equal to 530. So the cost price is rupees 530, and hence the correct choice is B. B is the correct choice. Let's do problem number 17. A man buys an article for rupees 150 and makes overhead expenses which are 10% of the cost price. At what price must he sell it to gain 20%? At what price must he sell it to gain 20%? Now, whenever you are given that what will be the selling price, so that the cost, there is a gain of 20%, it obviously means that we have to somehow find the cost price. Only when we know the cost price, we can tell what will be the selling price to make a gain of 20%. So whatever other information is given, we have to find the cost price first. So it is given that a man buys an article for rupees 150 and makes overhead expenses which are 10% of the cost price. Okay. So the only unknown is the cost price. Not the only unknown. The we have to find the cost price. So let the cost price be rupees X. That is the cost price for the article be rupees X. Now uh, overhead charges overheads is equal to given to be there are overhead expenses which are 10% of the cost price. So overheads is 10% of rupees X, which is equal to rupees X by 10. 10% means 10 by 100. 10 by 100 is 1 by 10, and so 10% of rupees X is rupees X by 10. So this implies total or effective cost price is equal to X plus X by 10, which is equal to 11X by 10. 11X by 10. Now a man buys an article for rupees 150 and makes overhead expenses. Oh, a man buys an article for rupees 150. So a man buys an article for rupees 150 means the cost price of the article is already given to be rupees 150 and makes overhead expenses which are 10% of the cost price. Oh, I'm sorry. So it is already given. This is the reason I say you must carefully read the problem. If you read the problem, be very focused in reading the problem, because if you misunderstand the problem, your whole solution will be incorrect. So it is already given that a man buys an article for rupees 150 means the cost price is rupees 150. Overheads is given to be 10% of cost price, which is equal to 10% of rupees 150, which will be equal to rupees 150 divided by 10, which is equal to rupees 15. This implies total cost price is equal to rupees 150 plus rupees 15, which is equal to rupees 165. So this is the effective cost price for the article. Now it is asking that at what price must he sell it to gain 20%. So to make gain, we know that to make gain of 20%, the selling price has to be equal to 20% more than cost price. 20% more means 100 plus 20% of the cost price means rupees 165. So this is equal to 120% of rupees 165. This is equal to rupees 120% means 120 by 100, and we have multiplied by 165. This is equal to 425. 4 divides 100 with 25 by 25. 4 divides 120 with 30. 5 divides 25 with 5. 5 divides 30 with 6, and 5 divides 135 with 33. So this is equal to 198. So the selling price, the man should sell the article for rupees 198 to make a gain of 20%. So the correct choice is C is the correct choice. Okay, let's do problem number 18. If an article is sold at a gain of 5% instead of being sold at a loss of 5%, a man gets rupees 5 more. What is the cost price of the article? If an article is sold at a gain of 5%, okay, instead of being sold at a loss of 5%, a man gets rupees 5 more. Now, I think this 5 more is the difference of the two selling price. In the first in the first case, the man is gaining 5%, so obviously the selling price will be more than the selling price when the man is having a loss of 5%. So the difference of the two selling price has to be rupees 5, and from this information we have to find the cost price of the article. So it is better we assume let the cost price be rupees X. Okay. Now for the first case, let's find the selling price. So uh, to make to gain 5%, the selling price has to be equal to 5% more than the cost price. 5% more means 100 plus 5% of cost price we have assumed to be X. This is equal to 105% of X. This is equal to 105 by 100 multiplied by X. This after simplification becomes 21X by 20. So this is the assuming the cost price to be X, the selling price will be 21X by 20 if to make a gain of 5%. Okay. Now, if there is a loss of 5%, that is to lose 5%, the selling price has to be equal to 5% less than the cost price. Cost price 5% less means 100 minus 5% of cost price, which is X. This is 95% of X. This is equal to 95 by 100 multiplied by X. This is equal to 19X by 20. So in the first case, the selling price is 21X by 20. In the second case, the selling price is 19X by 20. And we can obviously now say that 21X by 20 minus 19X by 20 has to be equal to 5. Has to be equal to 5. Because it says that if an article is sold at a gain of 5% instead of being sold at a loss of 5%, a man gets rupees 5 more. This 5 more means the difference of the two selling price. So now we have to solve X from this linear equation. So this implies if we simplify the left hand side, we have 2X by 20 is equal to 5. This implies X is equal to 5 multiplied by 20 divided by 2. This is equal to rupees 50. So the cost price of the article is rupees 50, and hence the correct choice is A. A is the correct choice. Okay, let's do problem number 19. A dealer lists his articles, list means marks, at 25% at 20% above cost price, okay, and allows a discount of 10%. His gain percent is, okay. So we have the cost price, let it be X. We don't know what it is, let it be X. And we know that the mark price is usually a little more than the cost price, so that the dealer or the shopkeeper can have a profit. So it is given that in this problem, the dealer lists his articles, list and marks means the same thing. It means that the article was marked at 20% above the cost price. So 20% above is the mark price, okay. And from the mark price, so whatever this mark price will be based on X, we can easily calculate mark price based on X, because it is 20% above CP, and CP we have assumed to be X. And it also gives, once from the mark price, it allows a discount of 10%. So from the mark price, we have again a discount of 10%. And we will get the final selling price. And from the selling price and the cost price, we have to find the gain percent. It has asked to find the gain percent. Okay. Fine. So let's first see what is MP. Mark price will be 20% more than CP, which is equal to 100 plus 20% of X, because we have assumed the cost price to be X. This is equal to 120% of X, which is equal to 120 divided by 100 multiplied by X, which is equal to 6X by 5. So the mark price is 6X by 5. Now on this mark price, there is a discount of 10%. So we can say the selling price, when there is a discount, after applying the discount of the mark price, we get the selling price for an article. So the selling price will be 10% less than the mark price, which is equal to 10% less means 100 minus 10% of mark price, which we have calculated to be 6X by 5. 100 minus 10 is 90% of 6X by 5, which is equal to 90 by 100 multiplied by 6X by 5. So 0, let's simplify this, 0, 0, and okay, 2, 3, 2, 5, this is equal to 27X by 25. Now the selling price is 27X by 25 and the mark price is 6X by 5, which is more. Now in the question has already asked what is the gain percent. So definitely SP will be more. But if you are asked, if the question was asking what is the loss or gain percent, then you would have to check whether SP is more than MP, whether SP is more than CP or not. Now the SP is 27X by 25 and the cost price is X, which is more. So definitely this is greater than X, because 27 by 25 is greater than 1. So definitely there is a gain. So what is the gain? Gain is equal to SP minus CP, which is equal to 27X by 25 minus X. This is equal to 2X by 25. This is the gain. So this implies gain percent is equal to gain divided by CP multiplied by 100, this much percentage. Gain is 2X by 5, 2X by 25, CP is X, and we have multiplied by 100, this much percentage. This is equal to 2X multiplied by 100 divided by 25 multiplied by x. X cancels out. 25 divides 100 with 4, and this is 8%. So the gain percent is 8%, and hence the correct choice is B. B is the correct choice. Let's do question number 20. The mark price of an article is 10% more than the cost price, and a discount of 10% is given on the mark price. The seller has, oh, okay. So there is the mark price of an article is 10% more than the cost price. Okay, so we have the cost price, we have the mark price, and we have the selling price. Now, is there a discount? Uh, and a discount of 10%. So a discount of 10% is given. 10% discount is there, and the mark price is mark price of the article is 10% more than the cost price. So mark price is 10% more. Okay, so let the cost price be X. So we can say, and the question is, the seller has, it is asking about whether there is a loss or gain, and what is the gain percent or loss percent if there is any. So let's see. We have assumed the cost price to be X. So this implies the mark price should be equal to 10% more than CP, which is equal to 100 plus 10% of CP, and CP is X. This is equal to 110% of X. This is equal to 110 divided by 100 multiplied by X. This is equal to 11X by 10. So this is the mark price. Now from the mark price, there is also a discount of 10%. So we can say the selling price will be equal to 10% less than mark price, which is equal to 100 minus 10% of mark price is 11x by 10. This is equal to 90% of 11x by 10. This is equal to 90 by 100 multiplied by 11x by 10. 11x by 10. Okay. It is okay. So we have to find the gain or loss, and whether there is a gain or loss, and what is the percentage of gain or loss. Okay. So this is equal to 99x by 100. Now 99x by 100 is definitely less than x, because the fraction 99 by 100 is less than 1. So we can see that the selling price is less than the cost price. So this implies loss is equal to cost price minus selling price, which is equal to cost price is x, selling price is 99x by 100. This is equal to x by 100. So the loss is x by 100. So we have to find the loss percent. Loss percent is loss divided by CP multiplied by 100, this much percentage. This is equal to loss is x by 100, CP is x, and we have multiplied by 100, this much percentage. This is equal to x multiplied by 100 divided by 100 multiplied by x percentage. This is equal to 1%. So there is a loss of 1%, and hence the correct choice is C. The correct choice is C. Okay. Let's do problem number 21. The price of watch including 10% VAT is rupees 825. What is the basic price? So we know that when there is a regarding sales tax or the VAT regarding any kind of tax, we know that the original price, or it is also known as, also termed as base price, original price. So I'm sorry, original price. Let's say this be X, and there is a tax, whether it be VAT or sales tax. It is in this problem there is a 10% VAT. We have the final price, or the price at which the customer purchases the article or the amount payable, and this is given to be rupees 825. We have to find X. Now from this scenario we know that rupees 825. Now when there is a VAT, when there is a 10% VAT, it means that the final price will be the original price plus the 10% of the original price. So we can say that rupees 825 should be equal to 10% more than X. This is equal to 100 plus 10% of X. This is equal to 100 and 10% of X. This is equal to 110 divided by 100 multiplied by X. This is equal to 11X by 10. So this implies we can say that 11X by 10 is equal to 825. This implies X is equal to 825 multiplied by 10 divided by 11. I hope 11 will divide 825. Let's see. It is 75, I guess. 77, 5. Okay. So this is 750. So the basic price is rupees 750, and hence the correct choice is C. So this brings to an end in solving the objective questions of exercise 10D. This video will be a bit longer. I'm sorry for that. I hope solving these objective questions of exercise 10D will give you a good idea of how to apply the concepts, different various concepts of profit and loss to solve this kind of problem. So if this video was beneficial, then please like it and share it with your friends. And once again, please support me by subscribing to my channel, and do not forget to press the bell icon so that you will be notified by my future videos. The next video on this chapter will be in solving the test paper 10. So please stay tuned for the next video where I will solve the test paper 10. I think that will be based on percentages and the profit and loss. So thanks for watching, and until the next video, take care and bye.